A thick cloud billowing over the darkness covers the skies overhead. It churns and flows like ink stained across paper. There's a chill to be felt, a silence to be heard. Dark times have fallen upon our lands, and yet, there only seems to be one question on everybody's mind. How's the old radio holding up? Surprisingly, pretty well. Gather round, my children, Uncle Rexy is back for broadcast time. Ho ho hello and welcome to all you fine and wonderful folk. How's it going? How are you? It's been a while since I last checked in, so it feels like a good time to see how things are going. What's new? How you hanging in there, champ? Are you winning, son? You better be. You better be good. We have a show to do, and there's no time to be down with a big bad case of the sads. So get it together. Seriously, get it together. With all that out of the way, I'm coming through loud and proud as your fine host for the evening. My name is Rex Adams, and I am the last man standing. That's right. Over the course of a few months, my coworkers have been whittled down and taken away. And one by one, they've all disappeared like drunken bumblebees in a firework display. All have vanished without trace, and there's nothing left. Everyone is gone, and I am left atop the pedestal as the only one left. A champion. It's like Survivor, except on the radio and mildly concerning. I've lost coworkers, people I know and care about. They've all straight up vanished, without any word as to why. It's raised a lot of worrisome questions the last few months. Where have they gone? Are they alright? Will anyone ever safely come back? Who's to say? I for one have no idea, and the lack of knowledge is fundamentally terrifying. But that's fine. People are gone, the sky has gone pitch black, and there appears to be some sort of shadow apocalypse going on outside. It's fine. I'm fine. I'm doing fine. Why worry? You can't let the details keep you down, right? That's what my therapist has been saying. You can't let those little things keep you down. Sometimes things happen that are out of your control. I'm not gonna let that keep me down for too long. Everything is fine. I'm fine. Really, it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. I mean it. It's totally fine that my coworkers have up and vanished without a word. It's all perfectly peachy. In fact, I dare say this was a bit overdue to happen. I mean, what's a radio station without at least a couple of dramatic disappearances here and there? They're basically industry standard. I mean, it's been a while since we've had our last one. I mean, when was the last time station staff just up and disappeared under mysterious circumstances? I mean, it was like, what, 2013? 2015? Somewhere around there. It's too hard to keep track of. All I know is that if I had a nickel for every time this happened, I'd have like 6 nickels. Which isn't a lot, but it's enough to know I'm pretty good at doing this. There was Bella Jewel, my old producer Robin, who left to pursue a bakery career. At least that's what the cops said. I didn't really think she liked bread. And let's not forget old Benny Holiday, who actually had a stroke, live on air in the middle of his classic holiday broadcasts. I'll never forget the way he twitched while the EMTs dragged him out of the room. It made Christmas a little extra special that year. He never did come back after that day. I wonder what really happened to him. Oh well, it's probably not important. My point is that we have no reason to panic. And this isn't the first time old Rex has gone around the merry-go-round of vanishing people. It's fine. Don't worry, the nature of radio is to lose and grow in the people department. One by one they all fall, one by one people change. But not me. I'm the last one standing, and this time is no different. In fact, I dare say it's even better than fine. I've dealt with people dramatically disappearing before, and I'm doing it again. It's fine. Everything's fine. I just have to buckle down, grab my bootstraps, and manage an entire radio station. And all the shows. Without anyone else to help me. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Anyways, enough about that. There's a traffic report to go over. It all happened in a sudden flash. Sparks flew around before the crash. Horrified faces watched scared and refrains. The air's thick with smoke as everything feels numb. Voices all mutter how it could have been anyone. There's been a car crash down at the roundabout on Star Park. So if you're on that area, please be careful. Shadows and strange cryptids are currently working to make sure everyone is safe. But you know how these things go. It's best to leave them be until everything is all sorted out. Desperate dreamers divide decisions in darkened districts. Many masses mingle amongst mangy murmurs muttering mindless music. Confusion cripples critical communication across crazed and cautious clan. The streets are all dark and full of voices. No one is sure who to trust. Stay by your radio and hold on. Hold on. And this is all for traffic. Now, some of you might be a little concerned for me all the way out here at the station. Rex, you might say. It's a big station to run all by yourself. There are so many things to keep track of. And on top of that, we're in the middle of a really big storm or something outside. The shadows are whispering secrets. It's freaky out there. Aren't you scared? Running the show must be so hard. Well, you'd be right. It's hard running the show by myself, but luckily, things have been going smoothly. In fact, I dare say this go-around has been so much easier than the first time. Oh, memories. That was quite a time, you know. I was just an intern, left alone to handle the show while the producer, Mrs. Daniels, went with the ambulance to the hospital. I'll never forget the way she tossed the microphone at my face and told me to figure it out. Oh, you tough old so-and-so. You really did believe in my dream. And then she never came back after that. I was sort of expected to figure things out. You know, I'm starting to wonder if that's anything to do with that unresolved childhood trauma my therapist was talking about. That's probably nothing. The old days weren't that bad. I was just a lad, left in a big empty station with nothing but a microphone, a small family of raccoons that refused to leave the nest they built in the archives, and a dream. The odds were against me at every level. I was expected to run a moderately successful radio station all by myself. But somehow, I kinda did it, right? It was tough. It was stressful. I cried many times, just begging for an end to finally find me. Did the end ever come, dear listeners? Of course not. Just like many others before it, even relief had abandoned my little intern self. It was tragic. And yet, despite it all, I picked myself up by my bootstraps, and I made it all work. Sure, the difficult time may or may not have led to some severe abandonment issues. And maybe said abandonment issues later caused some behavioral problems that could be considered self-destructive, and maybe said self-destructive nature would later lead to an obsessive need to be loved, which would later lead to destroy what little compassion was left in a loveless marriage that would eventually end in a bitter divorce. But who's to say? Who's to really say? Who's to say? That was years ago. It's hard to tell what really led to what. Let's not focus on that. It's not important. The point is I made it through. I stayed up all night teaching raccoons how to run finances and sell ad time. They weren't really good at it, but they kinda learned. I did several hour radio stations to keep the investors happy. Exhausting. I pushed through the long days and even longer nights that destroyed what little stability I had. Wine was always there, though. Me. This radio station is built on my back and my back alone. So don't worry about it. Sure, all my coworkers disappeared right as the city started getting weirder than normal, but it's fine. I'm fine. Everything's fine. I've already been horribly abandoned by the people I loved and trusted before in the past, so this makes this repeated occurrence completely fine. There's nothing to worry about, and besides, I'm not completely alone this time. I've got the raccoon everyone loves, and even better, I have oh so charming, oh so handsome, oh so passionately loving Davian Russo. He's here with me, and he hasn't done much radio in the past, sure, but those strong, capable hands can work magic when they need to. He's helped me fill out papers, make coffee, and even decorate for the holidays. Christmas is alive and well here at the station, regardless of what the world looks like outside. We have a tree, lights, and even mistletoe all hung up and ready to go. It's a winter wonderland in here, and all the way home I'll be warm. Anyways, what's everyone else doing? Things are still a little weird out there, but hey, could be worse. At least we all still have radio, right? Even with everything going on and the darkest times being thick in the air, it's still my voice and your ears. With that sound, everything will be alright. Everything will work out, eventually. Now then, why don't we look at some weather? Dark, mostly. Shadowy. Some people would describe this current weather as cool wasteland fall. Definitely an overcast, stormy darkness overhead. Ooh, and also the smell of eucalyptus for some reason. I'm not really sure where it's coming from, but it's nice. Yeah, not so much to say about the weather, but wait, something's changed. It looks like snow? Huh, well, how about that? I don't know what happened, but it appears the sky has gone back to normal, mostly, and snow is falling. The dark and terrifying corners that once plagued us with nightmares surrender to a peaceful white sheet of serenity. The world turns peaceful and silent, as if nightmares are finally ending. Something is changing in the city. Something is happening. What it is, I don't know, but I'll be sure to let you know when we do. For now, let's go to an ad. There's snow outside and I want to kiss a certain handsome man. I mean, look at the snow with Davian. Right. Anyways, capitalism. Let's pay attention to it. And welcome back. How was the break? Was it good? I certainly hope so. The sky is overcast and the streets are filling with holiday cheer. It seems whatever weird apocalypse vibe has been previously holding the city down is starting to fade. I even heard jazz music out there. Weird, right? If I didn't know any better, I'd say that some all-powerful force came back and rebooted the city back to normal. On another note, I found a lovely little gift basket at the station's front door today. There's a couple candles, a tablecloth, and a whole romantic dinner for two in here. That's super nice. I have this card right here and it simply says, Happy Holidays. Congrats on figuring out your feelings. Hope you're doing well. I'm bringing forth the uprising against all those who lie and oppress. See you once the streets run red with the blood of hypocrites. XOXO, Jack. How about that? Jack's alive and he's out there being a big old go-getter. Good for him. Good for him. I'm glad to see he's moving up and up in the world. You don't see that a lot in kids these days. Also, look at this. He even remembered to thank those who gave him his start. Isn't that so nice? He's the best. You know, Jack, I'm not sure if you're listening to this right now, but if you are, congrats on the new job. I'm glad to hear you're doing well out there. I hope everything goes great with the whole uprising and oppression thing. I may not understand it, but you know what? I'm going to be supportive all the same because that's what friends do. Anyways, let me hand off this big basket of goodies to the wonderfully handsome and charming assistant here with me so we can set them up in the station's break room. We don't have an actual table, but it's fine. A coffee table can work, right? I mean, if anyone can make it a romantic dinner, it's top chef and restaurateur Davian Russo. Isn't that right, Davian? Oh, you charmer. Come on now. Go off to the other room before you get all flustered on the air. So embarrassing. Now then, let's move on. I have a poem pulled up right here in front of me. So let us do the professional thing and move on. Okay? Okay. Hidden behind walls of towering stone, never once thinking I felt alone. Left battered and scarred, covered and bruised, then you opened me up to something entirely new. Not much remained of what once was my heart. The storm took everything when they ripped me apart. Fighting to survive after all that was done, left with a core that quickly went numb. Spent a few years wearing a mask of lies, performing a smile for the world while the truth slowly dies. Feeling myself fade further and further from view, then you come around with something entirely new. Tender and trembling in my first few steps, we walk towards some brand new depths. Left unsure of what just to do, leaving my pain for something entirely new. What a nice little poem. You know, sometimes we get things on the desk that don't make the most sense. There's always a lot of deeper feelings buried underneath a thick layer of metaphor and analogy. Then sometimes it just feels like fluff to look at on a stormy day. As for this, well, I don't know. I just feel like there's so many feelings buried away and hidden. And it'd be so much easier for all of us if we just stood up and said what we were actually thinking. I guess I'm just thinking a lot of hiding and speaking these days. You know, we live every day just trying to get by, but at the end of the day, what are we really trying to do? Life is a complicated thing. It comes in like a gentle stream and yet it crashes down like a violent tidal wave. It's terrifying. We try to control it. We try to control everything we can, but that's the funny part of it all. The more you try to control things, the more they slip through your fingers. Take the station, for instance. I could try and control what my coworkers do. I could keep us all on a strict schedule. Make check-ins a big deal, really try to crack down and hammer onto what everyone does. I could spend all day making sure nobody has to disappear ever again. But what's the point? People are gonna leave, friends disappear, and it doesn't matter what I try to do about it. For better or for worse, we can't control the nature of what happens. We can only make the best with what we've got. It's hard sometimes. After all, we love controlling what we can. Sometimes, For some of us, to a dangerous degree. Others get hurt under our desperate grip to control everything, and well, that's rough. You may not be able to control the world, but you can control how you face the mistakes you've made. And sometimes it's not too late to fix the mistake you made years ago. Now that I think about it, there's something I really need to do. Davian, can you come in here a second? Look, Davian, this year's been something pretty special. The things we've done together, the places we've been, the nights we've spent with each other. It's been good. You, me, us, we make a great team. At least I think so. I like to think you've noticed it too. I mean, you make me happy in a lot of ways. And, well, I'm not great at these things, but, well, I just wanted to tell you that there isn't a day that goes by that I regret just leaving you standing there all alone on that beach. It took me a lot longer to realize it than it should have, and I'm sorry about that. I'm an absolute mess of a person. I have a hard time letting people get close to me, and I know that. I know that so painfully well, but at the same time, I want to try. You make me want to try. I want to try having something. And if anything over the last year's made anything you feel special, then, I mean, I'd hope that you'd want to, I'd hope that you want, because I want to try with me. If that makes any sense. So what do you say? What the? Oh, Blaine. That's, you're alive? Well, guess I have to, tally to check off the list of dead research kids. Anyways, what are you doing here? Yeah, we're right in the middle of a important broadcast. So if you could, oh, okay, I'm being shoved out of the way. Hey.
Hello? Hello? Hi, everyone out there. My name is Blaine. You all probably know who I am by now, and if you don't, well, too late. I've been a very annoying thorn in the side of every supernatural thing in this city for a good long while now. Not the point, though. Right now, I have a couple messages to say. First of all, Celine Judas, if you are listening to this, I advise that you either make your way to the radio station or to the big glowy patch that is currently going on over at the Faywoods. Although, judging by what's happening with Old Town, I assume you're already there. So, I'm going to let you handle that while I deal with this. I don't know what the current situation is, but I'm going to help however I can. And with that, my second message goes out to you, Mr. Jack Wright. Hi, Jack. How's it going? I broke out of your prison. I broke out. I'm free. And now I'm coming for you. This isn't like a threat or anything. No, this is just me telling you what's going on. Look, I get it. I understand why you're doing any of this or how it happened. And honestly, it sucks. I'm sorry that the world hurt you the way it did. And I'm sorry that the only thing you could think of to turn to was shadows and darkness and all of this nonsense. And I'm sorry that it didn't help you get the man in the end. Really, Jack, all of it sucks. But it doesn't have to end like this. You don't have to hurt people. Turn all this around, banish the shadows. Come on, Jack. We can work out the rest of the details together. I promise. I'm right here at the station. I have your notebooks. I have some ideas. We can work this out. You don't have to be trapped anymore. You don't have to be alone. We can do it. We can get Sammy back. We can set things right. We can do all of this without hurting people. Okay? Huh? What? What was that?
Well, you see, young Blaine, I believe that's what we call in the industry a unexpected visitor. Now, you young these days don't quite know what it's like, but back in my day, it was all the rage to have a surprise guest stop by the studio for all sorts of reasons.
Wait, what do we do?
Well, I am the radio host who is currently hosting this radio station. So I'm going to go back to my job while you, the producer, go produce yourself at the door to handle that visitor. Okay, thanks. Happy to help. Bye. Alright, Davian. Where was I?
Hello? What the? Jack? Jack, wait, what are you?
Dream Girl City is a production of NJ Schulze. It was written and produced by NJ Schulze. The voice of Rex Adams is Bailey McKinney. The poem for today was Something Entirely New by NJ Schulze. Have any questions? Have any comments? Have any theories? Email us at dreamgirlcityradio@gmail.com or check us out on social media. Want to support us? Please consider the ACAST support feature or simply rate and review us wherever you get podcasts and spread the word. We grow by word of mouth and by all of your wonderful contributions. Want to have merch? We have some merch. Check it out. Link in the show notes. Thank you so much to all of our supporters and for everybody. Thank you so much to all of our supporters and for everybody who has stuck with us through this entire thing. Happy holidays to you all, and until next time, just remember, when it starts to snow, we must begin with the show.